Welcome to the Teacher Phil English and Faith YouTube channel. I'm Teacher Phil, and I'm here to help you improve your English. Thank you for joining today. This is the vocabulary that we're going to be looking at today and learning. Homesick, sad because you are far away from your home and family. Word number 2, orientation, a meeting or program to help new people get used to a new place, like a school or a job. Roommate, a person you share an apartment, house, or room with. Culture shock, a feeling of confusion or worry when you experience a new country or way of life. Currency, the system of money used in a specific country. This could be US dollars, it could be euros, it could be Japanese yen. All of this is called currency. All right, the last few words here we have, attend. It's a verb. Attend means to go to or be present at a place, like a class, a meeting, or an event. Many people attend class. Next word, interact. Interact, to talk to, work with, or spend time with other people. The next word is semester, one of the two halves of a school or college year, usually about 15 weeks. So we have the fall semester, and also the spring semester, and the summer semester. The next word is independent, able to do things by yourself without needing help from others. And finally, navigate, to find your way through a place or find a specific direction. These are all of our vocabulary words in this vocabulary list here. Homesick, orientation, roommate, culture shock, currency, attend, interact, semester, independent, and navigate. Okay, so now we're going to get to our story today. This is called Lynn's New Adventure, and we're going to read about a lady named Lynn who moved from her country to a new country at a university setting. So I think you'll really enjoy this story. It says Lynn stood outside the airport terminal holding 2 heavy suitcases. The air in Chicago felt cold, and the loud noises of the city made her nervous. She was 20 years old, and she had just arrived from Taiwan to study business at a university in America. Everything felt different. The cars drove fast, the buildings were incredibly tall, and everyone spoke English so quickly. Lynn worried that she would not understand her professors. She felt a little homesick and missed her family's cooking. The next day, Lynn went to the university campus for International Student Orientation. A friendly leader showed her where the library, the cafeteria, and the classrooms were. Lynn met a girl named Sarah who was also a new student. They decided to become roommates and share a small apartment near campus. During the first week, Lynn experienced some culture shock. For example, she was surprised that American students often drank ice water, even in the winter. She also had to get used to the currency, practicing how to count quarters and dollar bills at the grocery store. Her classes were difficult, but Lynn was determined. She made sure to attend every lecture and sit near the front. When she didn't understand a word, she wrote it down. She also joined a campus club for photography. This helped her interact with American students and practice her speaking skills. By the end of the first semester, Lynn felt much more independent. She could navigate the city bus system, order food without getting nervous, and she even started understanding the professor's jokes. America still felt different, but it was starting to feel like a second home. All right, did you notice the vocabulary in the story? All of the words in bold: independent, interact, semester, attend, culture shock, roommates, orientation, homesick, all of those words are our vocabulary words, and you can see how they fit in the story. Let's go to our exercises here. Fill in the blank. Choose the best word from the box to complete each sentence. Now we only have 5 words here, so let's look at them. We have homesick, semester, orientation, roommates, and interact. Number 1, at the beginning of the school year, all new students must go to learn about the campus rules. What word would fit in correctly in this sentence? If you said orientation, you are correct. Try to format this here. At the beginning of the school year, all new students must go to an orientation to learn about the campus rules. Notice I used "an" because the first letter in orientation is a vowel, and "an" goes correctly with that. An orientation. Number 2, after living in America for 3 months, Lucas felt because he missed his mother's cooking. After living in America for 3 months, Lucas felt homesick. Lucas felt homesick because he missed his mother's cooking. Maria and Jessica they share a small apartment near the university. Maria and Jessica are roommates. They share a small apartment near the university. Joining a sports club is a great way to interact with different people and make friends. Our university has 2 terms, the fall semester and the spring semester. So I'm going to bold these words here: and orientation, homesick, roommates, interact with different people, interact, and finally semester, fall and spring semester. Okay, let's move to our matching exercise. We have currency, independent, navigate, culture shock, and attend. And we'll start over here with the number or the letter A, and we'll match that to the word on the left. Letter A, learning how to take the correct city bus to school. That word on the left would be navigate. Navigate. If you navigate, you're trying to find something. Letter B, feeling confused when people in a new country eat pizza for breakfast. Well, that would be weird, right? But that's normal in America. But if you're from another country, that would be strange. And so that is culture shock. Letter C, changing your euros into US dollars at the bank. That is currency. Letter D, going to every single English class on time. That is D, attending class. That would be good attendance if you went to every English class on time. So that's attend, you attend a class. And the final one, letter E, cooking, doing laundry, and paying bills all by yourself. That's letter E. I remember taking care of my kids. I did all of that for them, or my wife did a lot of that for them. Now they do that themselves, so they are independent. They are no longer dependent on mom and dad. They are independent. They can do that themselves. Well, we have some discussion questions here. Number 6, when you travel to a new place, do you usually get homesick? Or do you have an adventure? You could put that down in the comments if you've ever been homesick and why and what happened with that. Another discussion question, why is it important to attend every class at the university? Maybe you disagree with that and you don't attend every class. Maybe you skip some classes, but you can put in the comments why it's important to attend your classes. You can also share about your currency in your home country. And then finally, do you think it's better for international students to live alone, or to live with roommates? Which is better? Well, hopefully you've been encouraged by this story, this English lesson this morning about Lynn's new adventure, and all about how Lynn left her home country and went to a new place in America. She also experienced some culture shock, but there at the end of the story, she started to feel like America was a second home. She's getting there. She's feeling better about this new place she moved to. Well, you know, here at the channel, Teacher Phil English and Faith, we also have a faith part of our lesson. And this picture kind of shows what's going on in our faith part of our lesson. This is Abraham. And I thought about this lesson and how God called Abraham, and he had to leave his place he lived in and move to a new country. He took many of his family with him, but this was also a very hard move to a new place. So you see the picture here, there's a light shining down on him. God is speaking to him, and Abraham is listening. So let's read the scripture for our story. It says, the Lord had said to Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you. This is Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 5, by the way. Verse 2, I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make you famous. You will be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who treat you with contempt. All the families on earth will be blessed through you. So Abram departed as the Lord had instructed, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran, and he took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all his wealth, his livestock, and all the people he had taken into his household at Haran, and he headed for the land of Canaan. So there's 3 spiritual truths that I think kind of connect with international students from this story from the Bible. The first truth is that God is with you when you feel homesick. Abraham left behind everything he knew, his country, his friends, and his comfort. Just like Lynn, the international student in our story, Abraham probably felt lonely or unsure at times, but God promised to bless him and guide him. You know, you might be far from your family, but you are never far from God. God travels with you. Number 2, we are all strangers in this world. When Lynn arrived in America, she experienced culture shock. Everything felt strange. The Bible often says that people who follow God are like strangers or foreigners on earth, because our true home, our spiritual home, is with God in heaven. Feeling like an outsider is normal in faith in the Christian life. God uses these moments to help us depend on Him instead of our surroundings. It teaches us to be independent from the world and be dependent on God. And finally, number 3, whoops, I'm going the wrong way. I'm scrolling the wrong way on this. Number 3, God will help you. God will help you navigate your new life. You know, Abraham in our story, our Bible story, he didn't have a map or a GPS, but God said, go to the land I will show you. And Abraham had to trust God day by day to navigate his new life. There's one of our vocabulary words, navigate his new life. When life feels confusing, you don't have to know the whole future. You just need to follow God's direction for today. A final Bible verse I want to share with you for encouragement is Joshua 1:9. Joshua 1:9 says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. In the comments, you can share, how does this verse make you feel when you're lonely or homesick? Also, some other questions that you can respond in the comments to are, Abraham had to leave his country by faith. What's the hardest thing about leaving your home or your comfort zone? Well, that's tough, I think. For me, you know, it's hard to trust God. We want to hold on to everything. We don't want to release control to someone else. And so that's the hardest thing for me, I think. But the Bible teaches us to trust God to take care of us. And that's a challenge. I'm still working on that. And then finally, question number 2 here. In what ways can we trust God to help us navigate difficult situations, like a hard class, or a language barrier, or making new friends? How can we trust God to navigate difficult situations? If you have an answer, put it in the comments. I'd love to see it. At a new location today for this video, this is Panera Bread. And I'm shooting outside, which I've never done before in making a video. And I have a new wireless mic right here. And so lots of new things, lots of changes today. I hope this has been beneficial and helpful for you. I hope you've been encouraged, not only by Lynn's story, which for many of you watching the video, that might be your story. You coming to America or traveling to another country. You know, I know what that was like. I left America with my family and went to Thailand. And I'll talk more about that in future videos, but that was a challenge. And I definitely went through culture shock with that one. But had a great experience in Thailand, mainly because I trusted in God to provide and lead me. And so that's the encouragement today, that you would also trust in God to lead you as well. Thank you so much for joining. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and then leave a comment on how to improve this whole process, this video making. It's a new thing for me, so I'm learning, but leave a comment on how to improve. I appreciate that. Take care and have a great day. God bless you.